All right, Shalom, Shalom. It's the brother Wiz.
Shalom, shalom, Mr. Brother Shamoa All from WFI Chicago.
Right, and we just today, man. You see the title? Discipline them doggone kids, man. I'm gonna let the brother hop straight into it.
Right? Yeah. Hey, the title, man, discipline your kids, man. I mean, as you see today, kids going wild, right? They holding pistols. Um, they having sexual intercourse at a very young age. The daughters, the sons, they disobeying their parents. Parents, they it's I mean it was back then it was parents calling what's that DCFS, his parents doing that, but now it's kids doing that now. You got kids doing that now. The kids are doing it. Why you beating me? You not supposed, you know. But hey, the Lord said, hey, you can't take away that rod from your kids, that being disobedient, right, and not keeping the commandments of the Most High God, because that's what the Lord does to us. Right, so I'm gonna bring this out, Hebrews chapter 12, because we're children of the Most High. So if we don't obey Him, I mean, He give us a whooping. I mean, we getting a whooping right now. Look where we at. We in captivity, right? We on punishment. This is not our rest. Right, so we're gonna go to Hebrews chapter 12. All right, Hebrews chapter 12, and we can start at verse 6. It says, "For whom the Lord loveth, He chasteneth and scourgeth every son whom He receiveth. If ye endure chastening, God dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not?" Right? So the Lord chasten us, man. We are the children of the Most High. So we being disobedient, not following His ways, not doing the things He say, I mean, He chasten us, man. He scourge us, right? Verse 8, it says, "But if ye be without chastisement, whereof are ye partakers, then are ye bastards and not sons." Right? And you don't want to be a bastard. All right, you can't take that word lightly. Being a bastard, meaning the Lord not dealing with you at all. Don't even want to correct you. Don't even want to give you a miracle. All the miracles you getting is destruction, really, and a blessing from Satan. Those the miracles you get, the blessings from Satan, because whatever you get is to destroy you. It's not to take away from you or to have you learn something, right? But hey, if you don't discipline your children, I mean, you're gonna get scourged, right? I'm gonna read on down to that. And then you got verse 9, it says, "Furthermore, we have had fathers of our flesh which corrected us, and we gave them reverence." Right? And kids nowadays, they're not giving their fathers reverence, and even if they have a stepfather, because there's stepfathers out here, father-in-laws and things of that matter. Moses had a father-in-law, and he obeyed his voice. So you got kids, they say, "Hey, you not my father, you ain't my pops." They don't have no respect for him or anything of that manner, right? So they're not showing reverence, right? But if we showing reverence to, our fathers in the flesh, right? Let's see. "Shall we not much rather be subject unto the Father of spirits and live?" Right? Because if you're not being subject to your fathers or your mother, obeying thy father and obey thy mother, hey, you ain't listening to the Most High, right? Because that's a commandment. But you gotta
Salaki, my mic was muted. Um, but the brother's bringing Almighty, right? You can't look at your kids. In my opinion, you can't look at your kids as your friends because that'll make it hard to discipline them. Like I seen a lot of Eves, man. They want to be besties for the resty with their daughter, man, and they wonder why their daughter talk to them crazy. They wonder why their daughter so boy crazy, and she 14. But you know what I'm saying? She was sitting there listening to you have all them conversations, gossiping. She was sitting there while you was cheating on your husband. You know what I'm saying? She ain't say nothing. She learning all this stuff from you, right? So yeah, we talking about disciplining your kids, but your kids is gonna be a reflection of you. You feel what I'm saying? So with that having that in your mind, not only do you gotta be right, But you don't want your kids to grow up and be like these crazy people out here. So, hey, you got to do what you got to do. You got to fix yourself. But then, hey, once you fix yourself, even if you in this truth right now, you got kids. That means you already trying to fix yourself. You're trying to be better. You're trying to be more righteous. But hey, your kids, they might not understand yet. They might still kind of want to run around and go do this and go do that. And if it get bad enough, hey, let's see what the mighty brother King Solomon said to do with your children. It's Proverbs chapter 23 and verse 13. It says, withhold not correction from the child, for if thou beatest him with the rod, he shall not die. Straight up said, you ain't gonna kill him. Listen, put one of these on him. You see, this is a good old-fashioned leather belt. You know, I seen a video, man, little boy slapping his mama in the middle of the street. I'm talking about he couldn't be no more than 5 or 6. Open palm slapping his own mother in the middle of the street. She just sitting there with her head in her hands. Let my son ever, ever. I mean, we live in a generation where little kids slap their own mothers in public. It wasn't in a room, it wasn't in the house, and she just kind of set up the hidden camera. You know how they do the hidden camera pranks on you. It wasn't none of that. It was somebody else standing off to the side recording this situation go down. You feel what I'm saying? I can remember the Bad Baby, the Cash Me Outside. Even her, she got famous off of being rebellious against her own father. If I remember correct, she used to get arrested and all this other stuff, but she'll always get out. And I think this was Dr. Phil asked her pops, like, what you do for this dude, the police chief? So he enabling this woman to basically live a life of crime because she knows that she can get away with you because you did not do this. Right here, I'm gonna read it again. Withhold not correction from the child, for if thou beatest him with the rod, he shall not die. I'm even read the next verse. Thou shalt beat him with the rod and shalt deliver his soul from hell. Now, what is Bad Baby doing? She's making $50 million on OnlyFans. And somebody just dropped it in the comments. She just went viral for getting abused and then getting back with the dude that she with. This is what happens when you don't I'm so glad. Hey, the water for whoever dropped that in the chat, man. Just think about that. That ain't nothing but the most. So this woman grew up with a soft father, and now she's getting beat up by Jakes. You see the correlation here? As a matter of fact, I got one more, man. Let's get Cyrac right quick, man. Because you soft parents out here, it's a soft parenting trend out here, and I don't like it. I don't like it, man. It ain't enough switches getting grabbed off of the trees no more. You know, I remember when I was little, man, they'll tell you to go pick your own switch. They'll tell you to go get the belt yourself. And you bet not if you get the wrong belt, they gonna go pick one. And it's gonna be a worse one than you grab. Brothers know what I'm talking about, man. Nowadays, like he said, they calling the people on you. You try to whoop. You might get your kids from, man, let you do one of these on your kids' hands in the store. Hey, stop, don't touch that. Hey, you might get jumped, man. You know what I'm saying? You might be in Target, the damn asset protection dude. He put his arm around your neck. Somebody grab your arm, put you in a full Nelson. All because you're trying to discipline your own children. You know, you're trying to teach them not to steal. You're trying to teach them like, hey, just because it look nice don't mean you can touch it. Now, let's use that scenario. Let's say you don't teach, you know what I'm saying? I have children. If I don't teach my children, hey, we cannot, just because you like something don't mean that you can have it. Let's say I never teach him that and he grows up and he like a certain woman. And I never taught him that he can't just grab something or take something just because he wanted. What is he more likely to do? You feel? But that's my fault because I didn't teach him while he was young that, hey, it's certain things you can't do. You feel what I'm saying? Hey, I think I saw something. It said, I can't remember what it said. We're going to leave it alone. I want to get this precept, right? It's Sirach chapter 26 and verse number 10. It says, if thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly, lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty. I'm going to read that again. I'm going to read it slow. Okay? Everybody, put your listening ears and pay attention. Tell me this is not the bad baby situation written in the Bible thousands of years before it happened. This is the book of Sirach in the Apocrypha, chapter 26 and verse 28. Or verse 10. So like, if thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly, lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty. One thing I noticed that's a common thing. I watch these interviews on this YouTube channel. It's called Soft White Underbelly, right? And they interview like, I mean, people on the street, anybody from the kingpins to the pimps to the what are we going to call them? Ladies of the night, those types of things. And they interview these people. They get their story. How did you grow up? Did you have fun? Most of the women who end up out there on the corner was given plenty of liberty. I saw one where her mother, her father sent her to school with the I'm a 304 on her shirt. Sent her to school. Imagine your own father. For any woman watching this, imagine your own father sending you to school with a shirt that's saying that you are a 304. I mean, that's what we doing with our kids now. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep going. It says, watch over an impudent eye and marvel not if she trespass against thee. Impudent and shameless. It's an old way of saying shameless. Think about a woman who be in every dude face who got some money. I'm talking about every time you see her, she in a picture with this rapper, she in a picture with this NBA player. She look at J-Lo. I think she's been married 4 times. And that's just officially Esau wedding. That's not what we know as marriage. But these are the types of things when you don't keep your daughter in straitly. What happened to Dinah when she decided she wanted to do her own thing in Genesis? What happened to Jacob's daughter? You feel what I'm saying? What happened to Eve? Regardless of what you've been told, women are meant to be protected and sheltered from themselves from a young age. This is not what I'm saying. This is what this verse is saying. It says, if your daughter is shameless, if you know your daughter got them tendencies, you better watch her. Don't be that brother you come around, everybody kind of like, yeah, that's such and such. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's his daughter over there, man. I couldn't be me. Are you such and such daughter? Oh, okay. Shalom, sis. You just kind of, you walk past, kind of looking over your shoulder. You don't want that on your name, man. So you have to make sure, man, keep your kids close. Don't be afraid to put that belt on them if you have to. That don't mean be a lion in your household. You can't do that. You know, but you got to have that discernment to know when it's time to, discipline them by just sitting them down, talking to them. You know, maybe you might have them sit against the wall with their arms out, or it might have to go to the belt. But either way, we have to discipline our children. You got it, bro.
God, that's right, man. You gotta stay on a close eye on these kids, cause I know ain't nothing new under the sun, but for some reason, it's because of social media. They know way more than usual now. Now they off jump 5, 4 years old, knowing things they don't need to know. I mean, they know a whole song of an NBA young. They know his whole lyrics. They know Lil Wayne lyrics at the age of 4. It was a damn. I looked at like he was like 3 or 2, singing a whole song with King Von, pointing a water gun in the back seat.
See that?
In the back seat, I'm pretty sure a lot of brothers seen it. It's a viral video. Lord willing, I'll be able to invest in a laptop. I can share my screen, things of that manner. But he literally rapping the whole song. He know the whole song, cussing everything, right? But don't know his nationality. You could tell he not disciplined. You could tell he not getting beat. And if he does get beat, he one of them crazy kids that he get beat and do it again. Just hard head. Israel hard head, right? So I got a precept, Proverbs 13, chapter 13, verse 24. Right? Proverbs chapter 13, verse 24. He that spareth his rod hateth his son. Right?
Mm.
He that spareth his rod hateth his son, man. You hate your kids if you spare the rod, man. You hate your kids if you spare the belt. You know they done something wrong, and you just, you know, you give your power over to your kids, man. That's what you're doing. You got people that this today talking about asking their kid, yeah, you know, kids, they gonna be honest with you. Yeah, but that don't mean you ask them if you're gonna read or not. That don't make sense. Should I read 7 chapters today, son? Right? And son like, you know why? No, you're not. Why are you giving your power to your kids, man? They don't know better, right? I'm gonna read that again. He that spareth his rod hateth his son, but he that loveth him chasteneth him betimes. Because you don't want your lineage out here being reckless, man. You don't want somebody to be, oh, that's so and so son. Y'all, you see, he he just they give you a bad name, man. It's a precept on that too. Lord willing, I find it. Right?
What it say? I might know it.
Um, it basically saying he a disgrace to his father, man. Right? He a disgrace to his father. Let's see. Right. Let me see. Let me see. It should be. All right. I'm pretty sure it's show up though, but I mean, you shouldn't be giving your. I mean, check out the heathen, man. The Edomites. They kids do whatever they want. They disrespect them. Your kids acting like the heathen. This is why the Lord called us heathens. Because when we don't discipline them, and then you wasn't disciplined, that's a curse. It's a domino effect. So now the whole family, the whole seed, the bloodline just reckless, man. They be all on the floor in the grocery stores, yelling, I want this. Red as you know what, man. Just red. Screaming, yelling. And you see Jake be like, man, if you talking to us, son, if you ever do that, I'm whoop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. For sure.
Everybody do it, you know? But they act wild, man. You don't want your son or daughter doing those type of things. The children of God don't do those type of things. Because the heathen don't know patience. They don't know anything like that. Kids don't know that either. But that's when you have to train them through the spirit of Most High according to the precepts, right? And also too, if kids knew about, this truth, which Lord willing, some kids that grow up in this truth, and I'm sure they know this precept. Because if they being disobedient, hey, they getting stoned. Kids get stoned. That's kind of crazy to know that in the ancient world, that if you being disobedient to your father, which is a commandment, you not listening to your father. That means you're not listening to the Most High. You getting stoned. And we don't care what stone it is. They ain't picking out no little stones like, yeah, we gonna have him because he's a kid. No, you getting big. You getting heavy. It's way different from now, right? So let's bring that out. Deuteronomy 21, verse 18. It says, if a man have a stubborn and rebellious son, which would not obey the voice of his father or the voice of his mother, and that when they chasten him, would not hearken unto them. And it's kids like that to this day. You can beat them, but they hard head. They still want to go out in the streets. They still want to just dip and dab with women, knowing damn well they can get into something. They don't want to do their homework. They don't want to clean up. All they want to do is play the game, drink, and it's gonna go down to that, right? I mean, another point too. When I was like what, probably like in 5th grade, it was a kid. I was with the brother. He had little brothers, and they was being hard head. While he's getting whooped, he's laughing. Why getting whoop? He's laughing. I was confounded because I'm like, yo, this man getting beat. This woman is his mother is beating him to death, and he laughing. First he no, and then he started giggling. That's Israel for you, man. That's probably what we do in through the spirit, man. Steady going off, and the Lord chastising us, and then we go do it again. So we got to check ourselves, right? So reading on, it says, verse 19, it says, then shall his father and his mother lay hold on him and bring him out unto the elders of his city and unto the gate of his place. And they shall say unto the elders of his city, this our son is stubborn and rebellious. He will not obey our voice. He is a glutton and a drunkard. And you see that? And it's Jake right now in his mama house. He don't want to do anything. He living rent free, right? He's eating all the food. Soon she make Kool-Aid, he drink it up in one day, right? Soon she cook, he eat it all in one day. Don't save nothing for nobody else. He don't want out there to get a job, or he don't want to go to school. He always ditching school, right? I've done that before. In the world, I was ditching school just to stay home, eat cereal, and play the game. I got beat for that, man. I got beat for that, right? So in the ancient world, we used to bring our kids up to the elders, right? And we don't do that nowadays. I mean, we still do. You got some parents, they still got that country old way of disciplining their kids. It's still around a little bit. Give them to me. Bring him to his grandpa. That's still going on a little bit, but not too much because really the grandparents they about 23. They're young now, right? Very young. Grandparents are very, very young now. So they don't discipline their kids like that. They want to go to the clubs with them, right? So verse 21, it says, I'm going to read that again. It says, he is a glutton and a drunkard, right? Verse 21. And all the men of his city shall stone him with stones that he die. Bro, we going to read that again. It said, and all the men of his city shall stone him with stones that he die. Right? And I'm sure kids in this truth read this precept. I mean, probably not too young. They probably read it like when they teens now. You know what I'm saying? I don't personally know, but I know them being raised up in the truth. They got to be raised in the law. They had to read that. So kids will die. Kids get punished from the Most High God. The Most High God kills children. It's not the Christian church where they being disobedient get what just he hungry. That's why he hungry. And no, if you hungry, you gonna sit down and be quiet, right? Be patient. You gonna eat all the yelling and things of that manner. But if you don't want to listen to that, the Lord I have the whole congregation to stone you, man, in the ancient world, right? So we know, and so shalt thou put evil away from among you, and all Israel shall hear and fear. See that? It says put away all evil. So it's evil for a child to not obey his mother and his father, according to the Most High. But you got to.
And brother bringing Almighty, man, I'm gonna jump right into this precept. It's Sirach chapter 7 and verse number 23. Going straight into what he's saying. Sirach 7 and 23. Hast thou children? Instruct them and bow down their neck from their youth. Right? It's a saying in the world, you can't teach an old dog new tricks.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these yesterday in Milwaukee, a 16-year-old boy got shot in the face by the eye. 16 years old, man. I mean, that's the age you can finally get a permit to drive. You just not able to probably work a job. Your voice getting a little bit deep by that point. Your voice starting to break. You starting to get a little facial hair. Why is somebody who's 16 years old being in a position to be shot? The other day we had 2 women and 2 kids get shot at by a gas station. all of these things going on is because people are not being instructed from their youth. They not having their neck bowed down from the youth. When you bow down to something, that means it runs you. When people bow down to the cobblestone in Mecca, that's because they believe that they are below or that they are subject to this stone. Your children are subject to you, or at least they're supposed to be. I remember I don't know if the brother Shamal Wall saw this movie. It's a movie called Fences with Denzel Washington. Came out a minute ago. Somebody gonna know what I'm talking about. And I remember this one part of the movie, he's kind of telling his son, like, it's my job to take care of you, type thing. But he's telling him, I ain't got to like you. Like, that wasn't in the job description, right? And you can feel how you want to feel about him saying he ain't got to like his son, whatever. That's neither here nor there. It's not the point. The point is, I don't care how my kids feel about me when it's time for me to discipline them. If my son light a fire on the Sabbath, ain't none of that. Now they're their son. You know, man. Look, hey, I don't know, man. My son, mama might have to hold me back, man, because I know I'm bound down. I talk to him now about certain stuff when it comes to the truth. He's still a little baby, man, because I'm getting them reps in now. I'm not gonna wait until he's 6 years old, bad as hell, running around cussing teachers out, and now I want to show him, no. You supposed to be a respectful son. No. It's a shame that we weren't able to be born into this truth. All the Israelites are supposed to be born into this truth. We supposed to know this, just like you know not to run a stop sign, you know not to run a red light, you know to look both ways before you cross the street. You're supposed to know the law of the Most High even better than that. But because we haven't had our neck bowed down from our youth up, like this verse said, that's why we on this video right now, we got to teach the people these things. We had to be taught these things, right? I'm going to keep reading. Reading 23 again. Sirach chapter 7 verse 23. Hast thou children? Instruct them and bow down their neck from their youth. Right? Hast thou daughters? Have a care of their body and shew not thyself cheerful toward them. Right? Now this a heavy one. Because, hey, look, the generation I grew up in, I still remember I was talking to somebody that was about twice my age a while ago, maybe like a week or two ago, saying how I'm still young enough, or I'm old enough to remember when women didn't like how rappers displayed women in their videos. I remember hearing it all the time, like, oh, they degrading women, and man, you couldn't even turn on the music videos your aunties and them was around. That's back when music videos were still on the TV. You remember that? I know you remember that. When you actually, man, you had to, like, if you missed the music video, it was over with. You finna have to watch the next one type thing. This is back in it. Now, I'm 22. Right? Fast forward to now, if you don't have women in the video looking crazy, they gonna probably think you on the Rainbow Club. You feel what I'm saying? I remember Charleston White on the video, he said they don't even have the women in the video no more. He said they push them out the way and they had their homeboys in front of, But either way, it's like, it's all madness. It's all ridiculous. It's funny, you ask any one of these rappers what they want their daughter to dress like these women, and they'll tell you no. Would you want your daughter to be a video vixen? They'll tell you no. But then they'll turn around and they'll support all of that. This says in verse 24, have a care of their body and shew not thyself cheerful toward them. Stop trying to be your daughter's friend. You are her father. You are supposed to be the first example of a man that she ever sees. You know how I know a woman's first example of a man that she sees is what she picks? Because a lot of women grew up without a father and they grew up without a father. They grew up without nothing and they pick nothing. We see it all the time. You grew up with, even if you had a father, he might have been abusive physically. He might have been abusive intimately. He might have been verbally abusive. He might have not worked, like the brother was saying. He might have sitting in his mama's house, scratching lint out of his belly button, man, drinking beers. But we can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Don't let your daughter walk out the house, going to kid with her friends. She got a full book bag, but she got her school uniform on. And it's a Saturday. They ain't even got school today. And you say, oh, honey, have a good time, be safe. She ain't told you where she was going, just, all right, Dad, I'm out. See you. All right, honey. No, you said, hold on, wait a minute, run it back. Come back. I need to know where you're going, who you going with. And like I said, I don't care how you feel about it. You think the Most High care how you feel about not committing adultery? Lay with that man's wife if you want to. And see if he give a damn about you saying, Lord, you're scaring me. Please don't hurt me. Break the Sabbath if you want to. I know somebody right now in the world, he probably hitting a blunt as we speak. And he used to be a mightier teacher than me. He broke the Sabbath on purpose and was proud about it. And the Lord sent them right back out there into the world. And we know what happens to people who fall back into the world, right? So you don't want that for your children. Imagine knowing that your daughter will be destroyed when the Lord come back because you didn't do your job. And you got to live with that. Don't it say in Ezekiel, if you don't give them people the warning, that blood on your hands. Right? I'm going to finish this off. And it also said have a care of their body. We know what that means. We grown men here. We know what's going on. Have care of your daughter's body, man. They was mad at T.I. for getting his daughter checked at the doctor a couple years ago to see if her hymen was broke. Hey, I say it's a righteous thing, man. We need more fathers to do that. You know, we really need that. I applaud. Shout out to T.I. for that. That's the only thing I'm gonna shout him out for is that one thing. But shout out to him for that. I think more people should do that. More people should be he didn't give a damn how nobody felt about it. He took her to the doctor. It says, verse 25, marry thy daughter, and so shalt thou have performed a weighty matter, but give her to a man of understanding. Now, and this is old English. When it says marry your daughter, it's not telling you to do something off. It's saying to marry your daughter to somebody. That's why at the end of the verse it says, but give her to a man of understanding. Give her to a man who already understands what we're teaching right now. Give your daughter to a man who understands that once he lays down with your daughter, he cannot and he better not ever leave her unless she commits fornication. Give her to a man who understands I have to raise up my children. I have to train up a child in the way they should go. So that when they are old, they won't depart from it. He understands what Proverbs 22:6 say. Right? You have to discipline your children because we are somebody's children. Everybody you see is somebody's child. The worst person you could think of was somebody's child. They was raised by somebody. They didn't raise themselves. They didn't pop up out of nowhere. So we have to make sure we raise, because, hey, my son got to be out here dealing with y'all daughters. My son got to be out here going to school, going to the park, playing on the basketball team with y'all sons. And vice versa. Y'all sons have to play with my kids. So we all have a responsibility. If you got kids, instruct them kids. But with that, I yield.
Come on, brother, bringing it almighty, man. Man, you gotta. It's a lot of parents out here. They be buddy with their kids. They be buddy with their kids and be lying to their kids. I want to bring that out too. I asked the brother cause they talking about pagan holidays. I said, so you gonna lie to your kids, your son, and tell him that Santa is coming when you know that you gonna wake up and eat them cookies? And they're gonna say, they pause, like, come on, that's off. How you discipline your son by lying to him? How you discipline your son by breaking things down to him? The things that need to be broken down. Not saying everything. You can't go outside, you can't go outside. You know, some things just need to be just black and white. But some things need to be broken down so they can understand. Because they need that type of awareness. Because they don't know. Like we don't know. Right? So I'm going to get Proverbs chapter 22, verse 15. Foolishness is bound in the heart of a child, right? So it's bound in the heart of a child. I mean, we babes in this truth, man. You never know how many times you broke the Shabbat without knowing, right? You damn near got blood on your hands on the feast days. On the feast day, you don't even know it, right? So it says foolishness is bound in the heart of a child. So kids do things, experiment, and they touchy. Especially they be saying like terrible tools, because they at that stage where they running, they got strength in their legs. Don't let them. The Most High, He Most High blessed them. Your son, daughter, and they damn fast as hell. Like they running like they 6 years old at 2. So you already know they're gonna get into something. So knowing that, they need correction, right? So foolishness is bound in the heart of a child, but the rod of correction shall drive it far from him. See that? So when you correct them, foolishness won't be bound in them. And then when they get older, the things they got corrected from, they won't do those at a young age. Because now, due to, you know, parents not raising their kids right, or at least doing a decent job, they grew up doing the same things as they did as a kid. And this is why we don't really mature as a nation. Because we don't have the Most High, most first and foremost, right? I mean, we not raised up in the Most High. Like the brother was saying, we not raised in this truth. We should be, but we ain't. I mean, we gave it away, right? I got another precept, Sirach chapter 30 and verse 11. It says, "Give him no liberty in his youth, and wink not at his follies." And that's what parents do nowadays. They wink at the follies of the kids. He just said that. Look. He just said bitch. You see that? Just like his daddy. What? Why are you winking at his follies? You gotta put that in the bud automatically, cause then he gonna be calling you that, right? Daughters out here knowing how to damn twerk at 4, right? And then you wondering why she's a teenager now. She talking about she don't want to go to college. She want to go to the damn strip club. It's folly, man. They want to pay off their loans while they do strip club. You ain't gotta go there to do that, right? So it says, "Give him no liberty in his youth, and wink not at their follies," because parents out here literally winking at the things a toddler does when they shouldn't be doing grown folks things at a young age, and they not putting it in the bud. They not casting it away. It says, "Bow down his neck while he is young, and beat him on the sides while he is a child, lest he wax stubborn and be disobedient unto thee, and so bring sorrow to thine heart." See that? So the Lord literally said, bow down his neck while he is young. Because if you don't do it now, when he get older, he not finna listen to nothing you say. You being a friend towards him or her, they not listening to nothing you say. Especially if you out here doing reckless things. Because if you doing reckless things, they'll be like, you was doing this. What you mean? So why you trying to correct me? You know what I'm saying? Now you got to go to a whole council, right? Now you got to go to the elders and give a counsel. The elders gonna tell you what you been doing, right? So it says, "Chasten thy son and hold him to labor, lest his lewd behavior be an offense unto thee." Right? So we got to discipline our kids, right? You can go ahead. I got a couple more precepts too, but you can go ahead. You on mute?
Salaki, did you bring out Proverbs 17?
Nope.
All right. I want to get this precept, Proverbs chapter 17, verse 25. I don't know if this is what you was looking for earlier. It says, "A foolish son is a grief to his father, and bitterness to her that bear him." I mean, dude, you know what grief is? Like, grief is what you go through when, like, let's say your grandma just passed. You know, you is your close grandma. Used to tell her, used to sit on her lap and tell her everything. She used to read to you, and grandma, she kicked the bucket, and now you just grieving, just man. You just in deep sadness. Now imagine your father feel like that about you and you alive and kicking. Every time he think about you, he just, I mean, it literally make him have a gag reflex, knowing that you his son. Hey, man, look, if I had a little Zaya Wade running around out here, I would be a grieved father, man. If I was Magic Johnson and I had to look at my son, I would be grieved to see that. I seen a video yesterday on Twitter. It was these Edomites, so I don't care, but we gonna still use the story. It was these Edomites, this Edomite father and a mother. They was doing like a gender reveal type thing. But they had like this little box, and I guess they was doing like the balloon one, you know, the pink for the girl, blue for the boy. So the box busts open like a Jack in the Box. Here come this sissy of a son holding a pink balloon, basically revealing that he's a girl now. And his father literally sitting there with like a grin on his face. His eyes is red. He trying to hold back tears. Now it's Esau, so we don't give a damn. That's tough. But man, imagine that being you. And you gotta stand there. Right? It says a foolish son is a grief to his father and bitterness to her that bear him. It's bitter to your mama look at you and just be like, probably talk to her homegirls like, hey, this, man. Hey, I'm led to believe, man, you probably text your mom, hey mom, how you doing? She probably just look at the phone, probably put the phone back down. Just Hey, wasn't Abraham and no, Isaac and Rebecca, they was grieved at Esau because he wanted to marry Africans. Right? I'm gonna try to find that. I gotta get it. Because this is not something we just making up. This is something that's been going on for thousands of years. A foolish son is a grief to his father. I mean, you are like the biggest. I wish I wasn't hot and ready that night. I wish I'd have just been like, you know what, baby, we can wait till tomorrow morning. I'm too tired. That's how your father gonna feel about you, man. Right? Let me find this. It is. Let me see. Genesis chapter 20. Man, I gotta find this, man. It was good. We ain't gonna hold up the video too long, right? But either way, you can look into that, man. Rebecca and Isaac was I mean, they were sick. Just sick to their stomach that Esau was their child and he was moving the way he was moving. And it's no different now. I mean, look at Esau now. Esau is over there in the Holy Land having pride marches, eating kosher pork, smoking kosher cigarettes in our Holy Land. So they're just like their father.
I found that out.
You bring it up.
Yeah, this is Genesis chapter 28 and verse. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start at 6. It says, when Esau saw that Isaac had blessed Jacob and sent him away to Padanaram to take him a wife from thence, and that as he blessed him, he gave him a charge, saying, thou shalt not take a wife of the daughters of Canaan. And that Jacob obeyed his father and his mother and was gone to Padanaram. And Esau, seeing that the daughters of Canaan pleased not Isaac his father, then went Esau unto Ishmael and took unto him wives, and took unto the wives which he had Mahalath, the daughter of Ishmael, Abraham's son, the sister of Nebajoth, to be his wife. Right. So the point, verse 8, it says, and Esau saying that the daughters of Canaan pleased not Isaac his father.
Come on. And Salaki on that, I said that he did get an African. He didn't get an African. right? And it's a precept I was looking for. I'm telling you, it literally said that they was like, his parents was not happy. But we gonna move on from that point, right? The
Could have
point
been
is,
Sam,
huh?
Salakia. It could have been Samson, because
Huh?
Samson didn't listen to his father,
It might have
because
been
he
Samson. It might
could
have
have
been
said,
Samson. So
yeah.
like if I'm wrong on that, it might have been Samson, right? Because I know Samson, he wanted to. I don't know what made Samson look at these dirty Hamites and think to himself, I mean, you got all the daughters of Levi over here. I know they was looking good. You got all the, come on, bro. Right? But the point is, I'm going to get back to my original point. Right? This is all of one verse. This is how deep this one verse goes. Proverbs 17:25. A foolish son is a grief to his father, and bitterness to her that bear him. Right? What does the Most High do? Can you pull up, can you get Hebrews 10 and no, get 2 Peter 2 and 21 for me right quick, if you can get it. All right. Because we children of the most, we are the sons of the Most High. At least we claim to be. I mean, you claim to be an Israelite, you claim to be a son of God. Right?
You want 2 Peter 2 and what?
2 and 20.
Right. This is the book of 2 Peter, chapter 2, verse 20. It says, "For if after they have escaped the pollutions of the world through the knowledge of the Lord and Savior Yahushua, they are again entangled therein, and overcome the latter end is worse with them than the beginning."
Right? So we was just talking about earlier how the Lord chastened his sons. Right? So if the Lord give you this knowledge and you receive it, you start to come into the truth, you start to put the fringes on, you stop committing adultery, you stop eating pork, you stop eating crab, this then so that, and you stop getting tattoos. But then you decide, you know what, just one more tattoo won't hurt. Now he got to put that rod, bro. You knew better. Matter of fact, read the next. I don't even want to ruin it. Can you read the next verse? Just read the rest.
God. It says, verse 21, it says, "For it had been better for them not to have known the way of righteousness."
Wait a minute. Read that again.
It says, "For it had been better for them not to have known the way of righteousness."
Right.
Then after they have known it, to turn from the holy commandment, deliver unto them.
Right. When I was younger, man, I wish I could get a hold of my father right now. I wish he was like sitting right here. He used to tell me, it's better for you to tell me up front what you did wrong than for you to keep doing it and I find out later. And the Most High is the same way. Just confess what you did wrong. Yes, hey Lord, you know, I did break the feast on unleavened bread. You know, I fell. I got weak. Versus you just say, hey man, it is what it is. He gonna forgive me. The Lord's mercies is great. You know, yeah, I went back to smoking weed, even though the Lord, you know, took me out of that. Yeah, I went back to eating the pork, even though the Lord took me out of that. But hey, you know, it's just one piece of pork. That's my father. He's gonna forgive me. He's gonna be okay with that. Right? But I'm gonna read verse 22. It says, "But it has happened unto them according to the true proverb. The dog is turned to his own vomit again. The dog is turned to his own vomit again." How disgusting is that when you see a dog eating vomit? That's how the Lord look at us when we turn back to doing the things we used to do. Just imagine you have a child who got straight D's and F's in school, and you just encourage your child, listen, just get it up. You can be better. You can do this. You can do that. Next semester, they all A's and B's. All A's and B's. All A's and B's. They doing their thing. Of course, you would be happy for this child. You, man, keep going. You taking them to Chuck E. Cheese. You know what I'm saying? Taking them to Sky Zone. Take them to go buy whatever new game, man. Buy them a PS5, whatever you got to do. Now, let's say as soon as you buy them that PS5, which is equivalent to the Most High, giving you that knowledge of the Lord through the Yahushua, that child go right back to D's and F's. Now, not only am I taking the PS5 back, you're not getting it back. Even if you go back to the A's and B's, it's going to be hard. You're going to have to go longer of a street. Right? Now, tell me how the Most High is not a perfect father. Wouldn't you do your kids the same way? I'm going to give one more precept, man. I mean, it's just like we have to really consider what's going on here. Right? I mean, this is a father dealing with his children. I'm trying to figure out what this precept was, and it's in Sirach. Sirach chapter
30.
I got it. I'm gonna let you have that one. I'm gonna get this. It's Sirach chapter 22 and verse number 3. It says, an evil nurtured son is the dishonor of his father that begat him. Don't make the Most High sorry that he created you. What happened last time the Most High was sorry that he created something? He flooded the whole earth. Look, if you don't really know how crazy a flood is, just look up a tsunami or something. You know, because floods can be. It's flooding in Texas right now, I think, from a hurricane.
Yeah, Houston.
Yeah. Floods is. I mean, if you ever seen a flood, I mean, cars completely submerged in water. And then it's not like the water is just sitting there like swimming pool water. This water is moving. It's a current. It's moving. Water is so powerful. It's moving houses. If it's a bad enough flood, it can uproot your house. Right? It says, an evil nurtured son is the dishonor of his father that begat him, and a foolish daughter is born to his loss. Right? We children, we the daughters and the sons of the Most High. Right? The Most High God. Who are we to embarrass him to where he got to be like, you know what? I'm sorry that I even had you. Just imagine your mother walking up to you right now saying, I'm sorry I gave birth to you. I wish I would have kept my legs closed like Job said he wished his mother did.
Damn.
I should have aborted you. Just imagine, how would you feel? Now imagine how much more worse it would be if the Most High told you, I wish I never created you. I wish your spirit was never created. How did Saul feel when the Most High rejected him? All right, I'm done with this dude. Imagine you praying to the Most High. You trying to get the prophets to pray to the Most High for you. You trying to get the priest to pray to the Most High for you. And he ain't answering you in a dream, a vision, nothing. Imagine. You stay outside too late. Your dad been telling you, your curfew is 11 p.m. You've been coming in at not 11 p.m. Your current, 11 p.m. You've been coming in at 1 a.m. every Saturday for the past 6 months. And he just been he been telling you, hey, I need you to get it together. He been tightening it. You need to tighten it up. And you don't. You just keep on going. And then one day he changed the locks on you. You calling his phone, blowing his phone up. You can hear his phone ringing through the door. So you know he hear it. And he don't answer the phone. It's 10 degrees outside. You was just outside with your girl, so you don't have no clothes on for real. You got like a bra on. You got the little mini skirt on with the high heels. And now you stuck out there. And he'll never open the door. You call him the next day. You done went by your friend. How you try to call him, he don't answer. You been calling him for a week now. Still can't get a hold of him. You been calling for a month. It's your father. You like, dang, I messed up that bad? A year go by. You still ain't heard from him. How you gonna feel about yourself? You know what I'm saying? You see your dad over here, and he righteous. Your dad in the truth. He doing his thing. The Most High blessing him. You over here, hey, all them girls that you was breaking your dad's rules for, you was rebelling against your father for, they ain't gonna save you. Tell me it's not the same in the truth, bro. Doesn't Proverbs 11 and 21 say, though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished? Roughly paraphrasing. You can kick it with them all you want. They can't save you. And you can't save them. Right? it says, I'm gonna read verse 5. I like verse 4, but I want to pass it back to the brother, right? I don't want to be too long-winded. It's Sirach chapter 22 and verse 5. It says, she that is bold dishonoreth both her father and her husband, but they both shall despise her. It says a woman who is bold, think about a bold like a Suki Hana. Sexy Red is a very bold woman. Very. Megan Thee Stallion, you got Cardi B. Help me out. Who else? Nicki Minaj back in the day. You had Lil Kim back in the day. All of these bold women. It's not saying bold like brave. It's saying bold like putting themselves out there. Like a shameless kind of bold. It says, she that is bold dishonoreth both her father and her husband. You ain't hurt nobody but your daddy and your husband. Right? Now, according to the scriptures, Israel, the Most High is our father. Or the Most High is our husband. So, you know what I'm saying? And our father. So that means, hey, if we out here being bold, we out here like, man, you know what? We cast the commandments over our shoulders. Man, that's done away with. Man, I ain't keeping them white people laws. All them types of things, man, he's dishonored. You know what I'm saying? And it said they both shall despise him. And he hates you. Right? But with that, are you?
Yeah, the brother bringing it out mighty, man. All praise to the Most High. Lord willing, you didn't hear that, did you?
Nah, I ain't hear nothing.
Lord willing, and nobody else. All praise to the Most High and spirits, man. But yeah, we gotta discipline our children in these last days, man. Or else they're gonna get caught. They're gonna get caught out there. And when they get caught, it ain't gonna be sweet. Right? It's gonna be damn she bears all over again. Right. I found the other precept too. I wanted as well.
Come on,
This
run it
is
up.
Proverbs 7:25 is one in Proverbs 19. Proverbs 19 and verse where it go? Verse 13. It says a foolish son is the calamity of his father. It said a foolish son is the calamity of his father. You disaster to your father, man. You can be a disaster to the Most High God. That's a scary thing. He don't want to take your sacrifices. He don't care about your fast. He don't care if you give in alms.
Damn.
You just a disaster to him. That's a scary thing. What's scary about it is you don't know that he's upset with you. You getting all these good things and you don't even know he's upset with you. And the good things you getting, like he had me to say before, is to destroy you. That's a scary thing. Right? So it says a foolish son is the calamity of his father. So if you out here just disobeying, your father and your mother, I mean, you just disaster towards them or towards them. And they don't want you in the household. They might not even want to see you. They'll talk to you though, call you on the phone. How you doing? Okay. They just want to make sure you're alive. They don't want to see you dead. They child. They ain't trying to deal with you though. And that's a sad thing, man. Right? And most importantly, said again, we gotta discipline our kids, raise our children, through the knowledge of the Most High. Because obviously, this is the reason why kids are. I mean, obviously, it's the curses. I mean, we got any curses because we not keeping the commandments. We not raising them in the law of the Most High because we didn't keep them. Right. So I'm gonna bring this out. Deuteronomy 6 and verse 4. It says, "Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord, and thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thine heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might. And these words which I command thee this day shall be in thine heart, and thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and shalt talk to them when thou sittest in thine house." And I'm gonna read that again. It says, "And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thine house, and when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up. So the law of the Most High, you got to teach your children. I'm gonna bring out another precept as well, because that's in the law. And Abraham did the same thing with Isaac, right? Because you got to construct your household in the law of the Most High. Genesis chapter 18, verse 18, it says, "Seeing that Abraham shall surely become a great and mighty nation, and all the nations of the earth shall be blessed in him. For I know him that he will command his children and his household after him, and they shall keep the way of the Lord to do justice and judgment, that the Lord may bring upon Abraham that which he hath spoken of him." See that? So he command his children and his household in the way of the Most High, man. So that's how we gotta raise our kids these days, forever. I mean, as you see, they going wild, man. I mean, I just can't get over the fact they lying to you, lying, talking about some celebrate Halloween. You lying to your kids, manipulating your kids, telling them one thing, but you're doing the other. Then laugh at it with your friends. It's madness. But that's all I got. Discipline your kids, man. Right? Want to give all honor and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua. Lord willing, everybody was edified. Right? Shalom.
Shalom.